for you to earn more. And of course, you consider wanting to work for us, as we have several people that are going to be showing their pictures in this video who today works for us, and they started with less than $1,000. That you can do the job.
Okay, great. I'm sure that that video, summarizes all that, everything about the Gtext Global Internship Program. So how this works, for Gtext jobs, when for you to apply for the Gtext Global Internship Program, you go to gtextjobs.com, and then you watch the video as I played here, and then you get started. Clicking on get started takes you to this page, where you that has some write-ups. Of course, you could read that through. Do you still have a 9 to 5 job that is not enough to sustain you? Are you uncomfortable with the amount you are making monthly from that business, and you are willing to join an amazing team with a high spirit of making tons of millions in sales? So if you are that kind of person, you go ahead and start your assessment. This assessment, the aim of this assessment is for us to be able to check into your personality type as an applicant, to check into your career path. Basically, the questions you're going to be answering are going to be related to your personality types, questions, career path, answering questions about the kind of experiences you've had before now. Then also answering some logical questions and some generic questions. Basically, the aim of that is to be able to assess our, potential next employee, and then be able to tell what or a work kind of. So it's a measure of both. You're working and you're learning while working. At the same time, getting certified at the end of the entire internship process. So you click on start assessment, and then, like you can see here, you have series of questions you read. Would you like to analyze data using statistics? Basically, this is just a sample of the kind of questions you will find on our platform. And this looks very generic kind of question, but the intent of it is to be able to check if the applicant is possibly someone who is comfortable with numbers, or somebody who possibly is better at some other things. Assume I click like, and then we have quite a good number of other questions. Yeah, as soon as you are done being able to go through this entire questions, so it redirects you to this page. Just give it a moment. Okay, I guess my internet is a bit slow, but then it's coming up.
The other Farouk. The thing is that
Hello. Hello. Hello, everyone.
hello.
Hello. Okay. So I think we're experiencing some technical difficulties. We'll be back shortly.
All right. All right.
Well, I think we should use that to then introduce everyone. Also, Tommy, I expect to have been around to record this.
Is somebody trying?
Hello.
This is our first Zoom press conference, and I'm really wondering if we will do more of this, because it's obviously a real bumper, you know. But Tommy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Dr.
So I
Stephen.
said I've been expecting you. Yeah, I've been expecting you to have joined and anchored the event from the beginning. Farouk, can you please unmute our videos? We're not able to put on our video. And can you also make me a host? Okay, Farouk, can you make me a host so that I can also control from here? But what you've done is to mute our video, and I want everybody's video to be on. We introduce ourselves, and hopefully by the time we're done, their network will have been perfected. So what the mistake they did was that they made this a webinar instead of a meeting. So I suspect that the IT person are trying to convert it to a meeting. Hence, that has created some technical glitch. So, Tommy, can you give us a background of those who are here before they now introduce themselves?
Okay, so here we have, I'm trying to see the list of those who have joined. Okay, so here we have Irinka Joe from Tribune. We have Adeyinka Adeniji, I think he's from Vanguard. I'm trying to I think we for those who can hear me, if you can share your video or at least say something to know that for us to know that you're here and you're with us. Maybe just say hi or something or a hello. That would suffice. Just for us to know those who are with us and those who are not.
Good morning, everyone. This is Irene Joe here from Tribune. It's nice to be here, and I hope we can sort out the issues that are happening right now. For example,
Okay. Thank you very much, Irenka. We have Tope Lawansin from the News Agency of Nigeria. Mrs. Tope Lawansin, please could you say hello? You can mute your mic. Mrs. Lawansin, can you hear me? Okay, I think she sent a message, a chat. Adeniji, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My name is Adinka Adeniji from Vanguard newspaper.
Okay, great. So I think we have Samuel Okoro, an aspiring intern. Hopefully you get to be one soon. Okay, so it's nice. It's nice to be here, everyone. Basically, the entire point of this press conference, I'm surprised that I think it was supposed to be a 2-in-1 program, a press conference to intimate the press of what's going on with the platform, the new platform, and then for those who are trying to work with Gtext, create better investments and do better generally career-wise. I think it was a platform for them to do that and learn more. So this was supposed to be a 2-tiered event based on my understanding, but I think right now we'll basically just intimate members of the press with what we are doing and just to put the information out there and let people know that this is what is happening.
Okay.
I think when Jeremiah back.
I'm not sure yet.
Yes, sir.
But I'm ready to take it over from here.
Okay.
I don't know whether Farouk is here. Farouk, please, can we put on enable the videos as well as making me an Okay, beautiful. I think everybody can now unmute their video. Can we all unmute our video?
Okay, so can you make us admin back, so host back, so you can make everybody a panelist? That way everybody will be able to share their video.
Get the video working.
Or is it that they can't share their video at the moment?
We can't turn on our videos. At least I
Yeah,
can.
those on panelists can turn on their videos. Tommy can turn on their video, Debbie can, Jeremiah can, but those as attendings cannot. So if
it's telling me that you cannot start your video because the host has disabled it. So maybe the host should just
so if we reclaim the host, I'll just do it from my end.
Okay, Farouk, this your arrangement is Nababa. First of all, I can't. Which of the Gtext homes are you? There are 2 Gtext homes, Farouk.
Oh, the Gtext homes that is talking now. I'm the one talking now. Can I make host?
Make you host, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I've made you the host. And I've also made everybody a panelist. So I think we should be good. So from our end, I would like all the Gtext team that are here to introduce themselves while Farouk sort out these people being able to share their videos. So let's start with you, Esther.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Esther Kanika, the internal HR for Gtext Homes.
Okay, Debbie. Is Debbie here?
She joined earlier. I think she has network problems, so I told her to reconnect again.
Farouk, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Farouk. I'm head of media for Gtext Homes.
Okay, who else is from us that is here? Jeremiah, is Jeremiah there?
Can we talk later? What's the name?
Okay. So I think Jeremiah was the one speaking earlier. He's head of IT and head of subsidiaries. So I want to welcome everybody who is here. I'm only able to capture the person from Tribune. Tommy, can we have others to share with us which newspaper they are representing? Farouk, also, there's another new attendee. Can you make them panelists? So Tommy, can you also let me know other newspaper here or media agency here?
Okay, so here we have Obina Emelike from Business Day newspaper. We have Oluwatopela Wantin from News Agency of Nigeria. We have Ayoyinka Joe from Tribune newspaper. We have Adeyinka Adeniji from Vanguard newspaper. And then we have me standing in for Independent newspaper. So we have a complete 5 platforms, media houses represented here.
Okay.
Hopefully we might have more as time goes on, but right now that's all that we have. So,
No problem.
advice that we get the names and the surname in the message. Oh, okay. Someone is trying to say something. I'd advise that we please type our names and surname for record purposes in the chat box so that we have those names correctly. Exactly. That way we don't need any names. So please, if you are here, please send a message, send a chat with your name and your platform, or if you are Gtext home staff, please your name and your surname and your position, please, your role there today. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Steven.
Okay, so I want to welcome all of you and thank you so much for coming. It's good to see you all, even though I'm not seeing your videos now. I hope that can be resolved, quickly. My name is Stephen Akinta. I'm the MD, Group Managing Director and CEO of Gtext Global. Okay, we're the mother company for Gtext, Unido, Data Consulting, and several other Gtext Farm, and several other subsidiaries. We recently, earlier this year, opened our US and our Dubai office, and our UK office is also going to be open before the end of the year. One of the major challenges we saw that because sometimes we felt it would be great trying to recruit from Nigeria and then moving them down to those parts of the world. But even before this particular expansion, we have always seen that, it's not necessarily about that there's no job in Nigeria. It's also more about the quality of human capital in Nigeria. And the quality in this sense sometimes is not just in technical skills. Sometimes it's just something as simple as work ethics, how to be professional, understanding certain ethics in an organization, understanding certain code. Remember having an experience with an organization where, it was funny enough, it was even a media organization, and something happened, and I was reaching out to one of their staff to say, why did this, happen and all of that. And I saw how unprofessional the person was, because the person literally opened the yash of the entire management, right? Of course, we had personal relationship and, there are gifts exchanging, but I still didn't expect that she will open up and be as unprofessional as to relating what happened, what had happened to me from her media organization to the level of giving up our boss, CEO. Everybody was giving up. And these are some of the challenges we realized that the work environment in Nigeria faces. And this goes a long way in affecting the ability of the organization to grow. Because when information starts leaking, when staff cannot be professional, when people cannot guarantee that they are going to be treated fairly in an organization, and promotion is even based on sentiments and nepotism. And so how do we begin to change the work culture, particularly in the real estate sector? Also quite, in fact, if you ask an average real estate company, one of their biggest challenges, they will tell you, is staffing. Not again about skill, but sometimes about just basic things. So what we realized was we have something unique in the system. We've grown this fast because we have some very amazing training program we run. And so we said, how do we scale this? And it becomes a pool where Gtext can continue to expand by picking people from that pool. Other companies can pick people from that pool. And we decided to partner with Poise Finishing School, Xavier Foundation 360, owned by Xavier. Xavier is a management consulting firm. With the Stephen Excel Consulting, which is myself, decided to put together an entire employability school. And we've called it the Gtext Academy. Or Gtext School, you can call it. And it is a 3-tier program. The first tier is gtextjob.com. You go there, you watch videos, and each video has an exam that you're going to write, like a quiz. Now, if you score very high, that moves you to the next step. The next step, gives you an opportunity to have both live sessions and quizzes. So the first one is automated, no live session. The second tier, you have an experience for live class. That's where you now have live session with Poise Finishing School. You also have some coordinators. You are dealing with somebody one-on-one. And then the last session that is now an opportunity to go through a practical experience. The practical experience gives you a month probation period. And after a month probation period, you can do 1 year. Now, one of the good news we've also done is that we are one of the few people who have decided to even pay more than the minimum wage for interns. So through this program, you are able to start as an intern and rise in the organization. But even as an intern, this program will be paying you as much as 50,000 naira, and you'll be having access to live in the company's quarters. And of course, after the internship of 1 year, you then have opportunity to become a full-time staff, or you move on to another job, and we're still going to give you a certificate for the internship. If you decide to go on with us, or we decide to, you pass the entrance, of course, to become a full-time staff with us. If you pass that, what we have decided to put in place that you now have access to a lot of other incentives, which include, HMO, pension, and insurance for everyone. So this we are hoping will, one, attract quality people into the organization as we begin to expand. By December, we will be operating from 20 offices. We're opening in May, Abuja, Island, Ibadan, and Abeokuta. And then before the end of the year, we're going to open more offices. So we are expanding. The beauty of what we're doing, it gives us the opportunity to have a pool of people to get quality guys. But beyond that, because the first set of people we'll be taking is 2,000. And we will only be able to absorb just 50. So it means even if you pass the entire 3-tier, we can only take 50 in this expansion we're doing. But the good news is that you have a certificate with us, and you're able to know how to easily access other jobs, because part of the trainings include how to pass an interview, how to write a good CV, how to carry yourself in an organization setting, how to be courteous in your process, okay, so that you can attract a decent job. I'm worried also. One of the other reasons we also decide to do this was also a hope. Again, there's no guarantee, but we're hoping we will be able to change the mindset. And I think this mindset is a collective one, where if you get a job, okay, the first thing people are going to ask you is, how much are you paid? Nobody's asking you what exactly will you be doing for them. Okay, your family member, your dad, your mom, the first question is just, how much are they paying you, right? And we have built a culture where it's difficult for an average employee to be faithful in the workplace, because everything is always about entitlement. Everything has been structured to look as though it's all about the money. The second challenge is caused by some of us who are speakers, including myself. Also, I'm a victim. I'm also part of to be blamed for some of this kind of stuff. Is we've also pushed out a narrative that except you are a business owner, your life, something is wrong with you. And so you now have a situation where everybody wants to start a business, even though in reality, all of us cannot run a business. And not all of us even have all the informations as to what needs to be on ground when you're trying to run a business. So we've seen, we all know what goes on right now, where somebody starts a business, takes loan from family and friends, end up misappropriating the entire money, start running away from people, blame everybody for the reason why his business failed. But in reality, he never has any experience, never had a training, never understand how to run a business. He's just been motivated to say that, you must you must go and own a business. And when you look at developed world, there are people who have eventually owned a business from being an employee. We have the case of even Amazon right now. The new CEO of Amazon that took over from Jeff Bezos started with them as an employee. We have Tim Cook of Apple, who took over from Steve Jobs. And we have many situations like that where people evolved, where organizations started as a private one before they were at capital market. Staff were able to buy shares and become co-owners of the organization. So these two reasons have led to a situation where people are just not faithful in the workplace. And right now, I'm not deceiving you. One of the things people tell you right now among employers is just have Indians in your business and things will work better, right? You can, that's the mindset. So we're hoping this program begin to change that, because people now begin to understand, what do I really need to do, right, to determine how my life changed in my place of work, where I don't need to lobby or do politics to deserve promotion, to deserve, what are the things that employers are looking for? How do I need to start seeing employment that is not a favor somebody's doing to you? I mean, I get that on social media. Every day people want to work for me, and they put it almost as if I'm doing them a favor. But in reality, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. I'm looking for good people. So what you're supposed to actually discuss with me, if you need a job from me, is how you can add value to my organization. And at that point, it's not really about me doing you a favor. but rather about the fact that you have something tangible to bring to the organization, and I'm going to be rewarding you with your salary for it. So we're excited about this because this is beyond just solving our immediate problem. This will also solve this same problem that many other organizations are facing. And for us as Gtext Homes, as many of you know, we're trailblazers. We are not just in business just for us. We're in business to develop the entire sector, to be the industry leader, and always look at the challenge from a more holistic point of view. Everybody in the industry is going through this challenge. Can we create a system that solves that problem? And as much as this is costing us a lot, having to pay other partners like Poise Finishing School and several other organizations that we're going to be working with for this program, is still worth it, right? And the fact that many of these people won't work with us is still what, if we are now known over time as the organization that is able to help solve this, human capital challenge, we will be glad that we're able to achieve it. So I'm going to be taking a few questions, and also my colleagues are here to also answer any question that you have. I hope I'm detailed enough, Tommy.
Yes, you have been. Thank you very much for the clarification and the enlightenment. Really, because back in the day, we used to, everybody just comes out of school, and gets into one job or the other, and things are fine. Things run just fine. But now we are in a world that is demanding much more from the average employee, and you are not just expected to just deliver on what you have been employed to do. You have to be able to do more, to stand out and, be worthy of whatever your company is investing in you. And so that leads me to the question that I have, that what do you think caused the employability deficit in Nigeria? Back then, people didn't used to ask these questions that you're asking now, that people didn't need to go back to another school after school to go and get new training. The training they got in school was just enough for whatever they needed to do. So now we seem to have the problem of finding enough people to employ, people that are employable, people that are able to do the job that they are even employed for, and people who are able to even deliver on the things that they went to school to study. And then we also have people who are able to deliver properly, but do not fit into the workspace. What do you think has caused this deficit, this problem? Where did we miss it? Where did Nigeria miss it as a country? Or is it just is it a global problem?
It's two ways. There's the global challenge where millennials are not just patient. I mean, you and I know how our own parents stayed married despite going through hell, for example. Now, the millennial generation are going to tell you, I mean, it's our generation that you see that people, I mean, I still wonder how people do it. In 6 months, somebody has dated 3 persons, right? It's still a magic to me how those things happen. So when a jet age, people are no longer patient. They're not like, you know what, I'm going to stay here for 10 years. I'm going to stay here. But our parent, that was the mindset. So there's that generational shift because of technology and things like that. However, unfortunately, that is now having their consequences on the individuals. Because, for example, if you don't stay long in an organization, how do you build your pension, right? How do you build, prepare for retirement? There are a lot of people now who will tell you they've had 10 years working experience and they don't have any pensions, in anywhere, right? Nothing. If they retire today, there's nothing in it for them. And so my mother was a civil servant. Thank God for that kind of life, because she died of ovarian cancer, while I was trying to graduate. And because there was something the employer gave us after she died, we were able to at least stabilize the home because there were 5 of us. But today, those things are no longer there. So we don't even understand the dire consequences of these things. Like Gtext now has, HMO has a pension for all staffs, once you've done 6 months or you're done with your internship. Now, people don't know how powerful that is. That means that, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, or even if I decide to wait till 30 years, I will have built something that my family, not even you now, can rely on. God forbid something happened to you and you go. What is your family going to live on? What's your family going to stay on? And so the second part of the problem is the family values. I mean, growing up, the thing they tell you when you are getting a job is not your amenity one share. It's not how much are you making. That, in other words, remember the son of who you are. That's the conversation there. Nobody cares about, are they paying you? Are they not paying you? Are they paying you well? Are you working in Shell or Chevron? How big is the organization? Nobody cared then. It was just represent our family in a good way. And guess the people saying these things? They are poor people. They're not rich people. Right? It's different when, okay, they're Dangote, they don't want to spoil their name. It was a culture that you as a family, you have a name you wanted to protect. And you tell your child, we may be poor, we may not have money, but hey, you cannot disgrace me. I remember sharing with some of our US staff, about integrity. I said, I remember growing up, my mother had to send me to live with some people. And as much as some of them complained about the fact that they felt my mother shouldn't have sent me to live with them, I will never forget them always saying, but Stephen Kijale. And this was not one place or two places. They were always emphasizing that I don't steal. Now, what was funny for me was that we were poor. I mean, there's 3 square meal is not guaranteed, but we had so much pride. I'm not going to mix somebody else's money with mine. There's this, if you call it arrogance or pride, that, what is not mine is not mine. I'm not just going to mix it. But today, all that has changed. You can steal somebody's money and they'll still give you chieftaincy title. So you have the place of the moral, the family morals that has been eroded, and that has led to that fact. Now, if you look at places like, because by the way, I'm doing this from Dubai. Here in Dubai, for example, do you know that in Dubai, we only have 1 Nigerian staff? The rest are either from Philippines, India, Pakistan, and all of that. So, and I love Dubai a lot because you have that, cosmopolitan feel. But one of the things I realized, because the highest number of people here is Pakistanis, Indians, then followed by Filipinos. In the workplace I'm talking about. But when you check why people enjoy employing this set of people, that value I told you Nigeria used to have is there. Right? Is there. Where in those places in India, it's not as if they are rich, but you still have that people understanding that when you have a job, it's almost sacred. Take it serious. Give it your best. And there's that consciousness of, beyond just the money, I don't want to mess my name. I want to do it right. I want to, give it the best. So, but we're lacking that in Nigeria. We're hoping through.
Okay, I think we lost Dr. Stephen there for a minute. I think he'll be back in a bit, I hope. So can everyone hear me, though?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, great. So Farouk. Hello, Farouk.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here with you.
Okay. Do we have Jacob with us? Jeremiah, I mean.
Yeah, Jeremiah is here. Do you want to demonstrate again?
Okay, so I want to, I'd like Jeremiah to continue on that question, or maybe he has anything to say based on what Dr. Stephen has said so far. Maybe this might be the time to, add his own input. Jeremiah, can you hear us? Do we have you? You may have to unmute your mic.
I'm so sorry, my network went off. I think I'm back, but the host has to enable me to put on the video. There was a question I was about taking before we went to. Can the person pose that question again? Maybe. But yeah, Jeremiah wants to say something, I guess.
Okay, or maybe I can just, since we have you back, maybe we can just read out the questions to you, and then you take them, you answer them one after the other, because we have them in the chat box already.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, so one of the questions we have is from Okoro Samuel, that's the aspiring intern. He said, how does your company measure performance and promotion of your staff? I guess he's worried about when he comes in, if he does come in.
Okay, Toby, that's funny. You've already got to the intern before we even launch the platform.
I guess so.
Okay, but everybody will have to-do list. You submit your to-do list with the security even before you come to work, and that goes to the HR. So you don't come to work without a to-do list at Gtext, because first of all, what have you come to do that day? You must have a goal, a mission. And then you submit your report at the end of the day. Report is very important to us because that helps the HR to evaluate your performance. Then they do appraisal. So I have Debbie here and I have Esther. Do you want to speak briefly on that question? But can we enable these people put on their video? They are beautiful ladies and we should see their faces, since we're also streaming this on Facebook. But you can go ahead while the admin does that. So who wants to go first, Debbie or Esther? Esther, you want to go?
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, to measure our performance, we have an every morning to-do list, which is submitted. And at the end of the day, we have the actual performance, the actual work done at the end of the day. With that helps us to measure what has been achieved and how far you have gone to improve the company. At the end of the day, we have a feedback, and where we find that you are wanting or where we find that you are lacking, we could have a means of communication to find out what your challenges are and how we could help you so you can achieve better. I don't know if Deborah wants to say any other thing.
Okay, thank you, Esther. Maybe Debbie might want to say something too. Do we have Debbie here?
Okay, it seems she's not here.
Oh, okay. Debbie is not here. Okay, that's fine, but let's go on. So do we have any more questions?
Yes, we do. Okay, so Mr. Samuel Okoro, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so we have another question from Arinka Joe from Tribune newspaper. He said, do you think the aversion to working and gaining experience by paying one's dues is because we haven't built a culture of internship and working while in school as a nation? Unlike in developed countries where teenagers start working summer jobs to earn a minimum pay to save for college, which helps build a culture of hard work from the get-go. Okay, so I think that question will be directed to Dr. Stephen again.
Yeah, it's a question that has answered itself, actually, because, in reality, we see the same challenge in the civil service. Why is Nigerian civil service not working? There are just too many old people there, right? And you're supposed to have a way where there's evolution. Younger, fresh blood, fresh ideas are able to enter into the system and, create some change. And I agree absolutely that we don't have that, the internship culture, but I think it's still the parents where we do not even tell our children like, oh, you go to, go and become an intern. You see people say, I sent you to Covenant University, I sent you to the best university, I spent 6 million. Now you tell me you want to pick up an internship job of 10,000. What nonsense is that? So that's where the problem, is. Where when I finished from OSU, I remember having to send my CV to a couple of companies, right, that I felt I wanted to learn and grow. And I said to them, I did a cover letter. I said, don't pay me for 6 months until I'm able to prove myself. And the funny thing, I remember the first place, they even said that there was no table and chair. That, we'll have loved to take you. We don't even have a table and chair. It was ridiculous. And that was a mentor of mine. I remember the day I eventually met him. And I told him, he said, who was the HR? And this was, of course, when I was now very successful as an entrepreneur. He said, who was the HR? Let me know the name. Because if he's in the system, we'll fire him. If he's not in the system, we'll employ him and we'll fire him. For making us lose such a person. But the reality is, I agree with you that we are not allowing people to, look at the apprenticeship model. I have had people who come to Gtext as interns, later became full-time staff, and today they are running their business. They too have subsidiaries and they're doing very well. I have tens of people, who are doing very well now today. And it was because they understood that, hey, this is a growing organization. Being in that place is not just about the money. Of course, today now we're able to say, okay, minimum pay is going to be 50,000 for these interns. But back in the days, right, we didn't have that. And I still expected people to have that mindset that there are certain organizations you join up for money, but for the exposure you're going to be having access to. And how that, even for you to say you want to eventually own your business, you need to have a work experience. Why do you think most Nigerian businesses are messed up? People don't have work experience, so they cannot standardize the business. You don't understand. You, the employer, you are the one to come late to work, right? So you start your company, you are now wondering why your employees come late. They talk anyhow. Customers are not happy because you never had the opportunity of understanding how structures are being put, a place of KPI, a place of being able to have appraisal for staff, and you never understand all that. Now you go start your own business, right? 3 years down the line, the business has collapsed. Do you know the number of registered companies in Nigeria versus the rate of unemployment? It doesn't make sense because those businesses are just not doing well. And the reason they are not doing well is that these people don't have this apprenticeship they do in Igbo land, where you must go and work for your guy for 7 years, right? You go there, you work 7 years, and then you get set up. What most people don't even understand about how powerful those apprentices are. Some of the people who become your first customer are the people you met with your guy, that you treated so well, and those people, Chukudi, you started your business, I will support you. Even when it comes to the capital, right? Because you see young people now saying, Dr. Steven, please, I need capital to start a business. And I'm just shaking my head. Even the capital, in many cases, starts with those same people. They are the ones who often say, I know how you faithfully served your boss. So, you're a good guy. You know what? How much do you need to start your business? And that's how your boss will add his own. A lot of the boss clients will still say, no, you're a good boy. I'm going to support you. I have a friend who started real estate with the same model. He did apprenticeship with his boss for over 6 years. I remember when he announced, because we attend the same church, that, good news, so my boss has released me to go and start my business. My bishop, his children, every one of us started patronizing him just to say, we remember how you were faithful with this man. And he was really faithful. This is a guy who, there are days he's at work till 1 a.m. Many days he sleeps in the office. Many of us used to feel like, I don't think they are paying you to justify this your level of faithfulness. Of course, we all envied him when the boss released him, gave him Range Rover Sport, and his life turned around. We all felt, now we understand why you were doing, we all felt like, okay. So, but I don't think he faked it. I don't think he knew that his boss was going to release him at some point and, and be that generous. He just did it because it was in his heart. He was just that kind of person. And I think that's the culture we are saying we need to begin to put into the next generation. Honestly, my belief is that if we were able to run this program well, in the next 10 years, we will have graduated more than 100,000 people, way more than that. And they will really, even some of them wouldn't end up picking a job. Their mind will have changed, right? They will see things from a different perspective.
Thank you very much, Dr. Stephen, for that clarification and that insight. It's very unique. Not many people understand the problems that we are having as a country and are able to proffer solutions, workable solutions, not just abstract solutions. So we have another question from the News Agency of Nigeria, Mrs. Chopela Wanson. She says, how do you hope to sustain 1,000 people that you're, no, I think the figure is 2,000 people, and from that we're going to get 50 people. So she says, how do you hope to sustain, I think she's trying to say 2,000 people that you're planning to bring on board, especially with the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the economy? That's a big one.
Well, that's the beauty of, by the way, Gtext got an award some days ago as the most innovative and reliable real estate company in Nigeria. Thank you. I told some of you, clap. What's going on here?
We're clapping.
Journalists don't clap or what? When they do press conference. But our biggest strength is innovation. Please, Farouk, can you just make everybody host so that the video then comes up and then we can see everyone now? Because I love a very interactive, engagement. But the good news about what we do is that we're actually making it online. Like I told you, even right now, the portal is up. You just visit www.gtextjob.com. And once you sign up, by the way, it's free. But even our team have said that, no, they don't make things like this free, at least so that we can sustain it. Maybe we should charge a token. So we don't know. At some point, we might begin to charge a token for it. But for now, all these things are free. So you're able to watch it because we also have something we call the Stemacta University, and that one's $47 per month. So it's like the employability version of that. You understand what I'm saying? That this is so. My team are still wondering, like, this shouldn't be free because there's so much content, training videos. Really, it's like a self-development. And because out of the entire 2,000 that we're starting with, only 50 will be employed. So why do that kind of bonanza? But again, we're saying, let's start, okay? But I can't guarantee at some point we may have to start charging for it. But for us is to say, this is a program that is sustainable because we're using technology. No little wonder why we're getting awarded as the most innovative. So for us is, these things are automated. People can, by the way, this program is a global program for people in Dubai, UK, US, and Nigeria. And even for Nigeria, is across Nigeria. So don't say, oh, I'm not in Lagos, because like we said, we're expanding our offices across. And this is to have a pool. So once you have the Gtext certificate, through the Gtext Gtext Academy, you qualify to immediately get internship with us. So that's the way we're kind of standardizing it. To say, at least you will have understand the Gtext DNA. So you won't come to work and we need to start, training you on work ethics, the importance of working hard, the importance of being punctual. You don't need all those. You will have gone through the program. You understand those values. You understand why that is important to us. You understand why we don't compromise on those things. And even when you then join, the day you break those values, what happens to you. That's just certain things we don't compromise on. For example, I remember an experience where I wasn't even in the office. One of my PA, she was a female. Then another, female had this security guy. He was quite new. Obviously, he doesn't understand our values. So a female staff, he just hit her in a very sensitive place. And the lady said, no, you've hit me in a sensitive place. Apologize. And you know how some, Nigerian male just are careless about, it's like, for what? Hey, what's wrong with you? Right? My PA, of course, knows my value. She immediately called the other senior security guy and said, bundle this guy out of this office now. I know the funny thing about the story, I never even got to know about it until I was asking for the person to say, this was what he did, and your PA just sacked him right there. I said, correct, because you obviously know the value, right? That we don't support things like that. You must treat people with dignity, with respect. You do not, abuse someone, because she's of the opposite sex. If a lady tells you, you've touched me in a sensitive place, it's courtesy to say, I'm sorry, right? It wasn't intentional, and don't do it again. People may be doing it on the street of Lagos. You see somebody just hit her. We don't do it in Gtext. It's not part of our own core values. We respect people. Plus, we're building a transgenerational business. If Gtext is not going to be transgenerational, all the effort I have put in and several of our colleagues have put in the last 13 years is a waste. There's so much that we've put into this organization, and Tommy here knows that it's no longer about money for me. I've always said it, that what I make now from my books and my coaching program is way more than, I don't collect salary. I've told them all my salary in Gtext, they should be using it to buy land for me too. Okay. So I don't collect salary, I don't collect commission, because I'm making enough from my consulting, coaching, speaking stuff. So the effort I put in, and a lot of our colleagues put in, is not for, oh, we're hungry, we need money, body and soul, we will not eat if Gtext doesn't run. No, it's because we're trying to build a transgenerational business that, years to come, we'll look back and sit back and see how the company has grown so big. We're not even running it. Look at those running it and how they continue to work with the values that we had.
Thank you very much, Dr. Stephen. I don't know if any member of Gtext has anything to add to what he has said so far. I think we've sort of allowed him to, we've drained him, so to speak. And though I know it's for a good cause, because he's able to articulate the things that we want to say in a perfect manner, in a way that is, easy for even the stupidest people to understand. So I thank you very much for that, Dr. Stephen. And then I don't know if Jeremiah is ready to say something. Jeremiah,
Jeremiah Debbie is also here, because they were part of the group put together the program. Debbie, Esther, myself have worked hard to kind of, as well as Jeremiah, to kind of fleshing this whole thing up. Jeremiah and his IT team have been editing video, Farouk editing video, putting all those videos on the platform. So they've really worked hard. So maybe we should start with Jeremiah, then we'll go to Debbie, then we'll go to Farouk.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Really, I think our GMD has given us a very detailed, explanation of what the entire platform or the entire program is going to be helping us achieve. And just to try to buttress, just to try to reiterate a bit, Gtext Jobs, there are two platforms here actually. Like MD has explained earlier on, Gtext Jobs enables you to come in, then you do the first set of quiz, and answer a set of many quiz which test both your ethics, your career experience, your personality types, and all of that. And after which, based on the results we're able to get from there, it's able to automatically suggest courses that you should then be able to go for immediately online on Gtext Academy. We have already recorded videos, quite a number of them, on Gtext Academy that you are able to watch for free. immediately after you're done with the quizzes, which are automatically generated based on your personality type and your experience and all of that. And then, of course, also some number of live sessions that's going to be happening. Quite a number of the team leads in-house, and also the HR department, and also even some of the sessions might feature our GMD live session, training these persons, both virtually and some at some point internally that we've selected. So that's basically how the online platform operates generally. And then just to also add to what HR said, HR said earlier on, basically part of the approach, the system we have put on board to be able to help us measure in terms of promotions and productivity of people, includes the fact that every team lead also, has a way of being able to check the to-do list, of each of their team members every day. And then at the end of every month, we have more like a general review, a general. We have a template which we use in testing all of the work done, and also to be able to measure in numbers, what percentage of work done has been done, and how much job left and all of that. And at the end of 3 months, we are able to cumulatively check how far you have gone in that quarter, and that could influence possibly your promotion and increase in salary and all of that. So that is what I have to say for now. I will leave the rest for my colleagues to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeremiah. So can we have Debbie now, please? And I think Debbie's trying to get a video on.
Yes, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm where I am. I'm not really feeling strong, but I just had to be a part of this meeting. I didn't start early, but I grabbed everything MD said because you're part of the meeting from the beginning. One thing I really like about this idea, the program MD has decided to set up, is that it actually makes HR work easier for us. Because sometimes you find out that you interview some persons, and when they begin working, you find it difficult to integrate them into the system because some just have a very, very difficult personality. But then with this program, it's easy for us to be able to filter personalities that come into Gtext. And as such, it's easy to align with the core values of Gtext. And then I think one of the benefits of this program is that aside the fact that most persons have the opportunities to grow because you're already used to certain things we expect of you, the core values and our expectations. Aside that, it's easy for us to remove some persons that do not making it really difficult or finding it very difficult to align with the core value. So we don't have to spend so much, like some persons, they already start working in Gtext for 2 weeks and then realize that you really don't even understand what this is about because it's really difficult trying to make you understand. But from this program, we're able to know, okay, this person will be trying to make you understand this stuff and it's really difficult. So please can you just step out, then, bring in new persons. And I really also like this because it's more like it serves as a chain for continuous employment for us, because when most establishments are growing, it's really difficult keeping pace with employing people. We've had cases where some persons sent CVs during the interview. We realized they don't even understand why they went to school in the first place. Even some that understand is very difficult. Yes, we know we cannot really judge on interviews sometimes, but then it just saves us a whole lot of stress. So I really, really commend MD for this great initiative. And I really thank him so much. And I believe we'll be able to work together hand in hand and watch this grow over the years. And I think that's all I have to say for now. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Debbie.
Fantastic. So Farouk, do you want to say something before?
Yes. Good day, everybody. My name is Farouk. I'm head of media. So I was involved in the video production for the videos on Gtext Jobs and Gtext Career. So I just want to make a little comment. The videos here are actually top notch. I was among the people that said we need to make this thing paid, because most of these videos were actually monetized. They are from the best of the best. We have some videos from live trainings, from webinars, from good top speakers like Linus, Ukure, and so on and so forth. So the videos are not just to tell you about what to do per department. They're also what is going to make you a better person, a better staff, a better career person, a better sales person. So it teaches all these aspects that people tend to leave behind. People don't really teach you how to behave in the workplace. People don't really give you all those little things that makes you exceptional. It's not about the technical know-how, but how to actually apply it to a real life society. So these videos are really powerful. They're actually worth millions of naira. So it's something that we actually want to groom people. We understand that you are not well trained enough. So we are bringing you in. Don't worry. You know you are half-baked. We are going to bake you. We are going to make you be able to adapt well to the workplace. I see Deborah is smiling. So it's a perfect HR tool. It's a perfect academy. It's a perfect internship program. And I'm really excited. I myself am going to go back and watch everything. It's something that even the staff within are going to study. So that's the comment I have to make. Thank you so much. Tommy, do you have any other thing to say?
Is Tommy there? I think we lost Tommy at some point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so, but for the other journalists that are here, do you have any other question? You can kindly type if you have other questions as we begin to wrap up. So the website for people to go is Gtext Job. From Gtext Job, it will take you to any other platform, you know, because you have to pass one before you move to the other. You know, so until you pass the quizzes on Gtext Job, you don't progress to the Gtext Academy, where you have more live classes and things like that. So, but like we said, the beauty is whether, even if we're not able to pick you, you have that opportunity to have had your life change, your mind change. And, you know, like back to the question of somebody saying COVID, honestly, I think that government need to start thinking scale. Nigeria is over 200 million, for Christ's sake. I cringe when I hear that a state government has a new program to empower 5,000 youths. I cringe, right? Because your state has, let's say, 10 million people, and about 5 million are youths, and then your program that you announce is 5,000. What's 5,000 in 5 million? So we knew that we needed to use scale, and that's why technology has helped us. Despite COVID, we will be able to do this in a safe way. And we're hoping that at some point, maybe government will have to partner with us to roll out this maybe in even a bigger scale. I repeat, the problem, okay, is not just that there's no job in Nigeria. I mean, I travel a lot. Sometimes when I'm coming back to Nigeria, more than 50% of those returning back, Nigerians are expatriates. Okay, they are not Nigerians. Yeah, and that's why I laugh. So what is happening is that Nigerians are checking out, expatriates are coming in. So how come companies are still able to pick expatriates, employ expatriates, have expatriates? Something is wrong somewhere. You know, even when it comes to real estate, which is our sector, you struggle to find to employ an engineer and trust the engineer to be sincere when the contractor is cheating, where he's supposed to use 12 mm, he's using 8 mm iron. Okay, you struggle to find an engineer just being faithful, because of course the contractor will have given him a token. Now he looks the other way. Before you know, there's building collapse. And of course, we will still blame government, funny enough, for all the problems of Nigeria. You know, Everything is government. But sometimes we're not facing, which is why you now see many companies now say, no, let's employ an expatriate. Because many of these expatriates, you understand that, in fact, their home is so far. If anything goes wrong and they lock them up, right? I don't want to even spoil their CV. So that's why you are seeing a lot of expatriates being employed now. Okay? So we need to get back to where we used to be, where you could rely on Nigerians to do the right thing, to have ethics, so like I said, beyond just the hard skill of how do you write a CV, how do you pass interview, what are called, there's also soft skills like integrity, like character in the workplace and things like that. Okoro Samuel says, can you reapply to Gtext job even after failing the quiz? Yes, you can reapply, but we are thinking that we should give it like a month. So it's not like you immediately reapply. Like you're able to reapply maybe after a month or so. Okay. So I think with this, Tommy, are you back? Hello, Tommy, are you back?
Yes, she's back, but she's trying to connect. She's having network issues. She's connecting now. Let's give her a minute.
Okay. Anybody else want to say something?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome. Yes. Welcome back. Okay, I think we've lost Tommy again. However, also, let me emphasize that we also have another aspect of our recruitment, which is Gtext Homes/sales. Am I correct? And we have Gtext Homes Dubai/sales. Am I correct at Farouk? Huh?
Salesforce.
How about for the Dubai program?
It's /sales.
Okay, so we have two new. Can you help us type it here? So the Gtext job is open blanket, different career levels. Whether real estate, whether engineering, anything. Anybody can, even if you studied Yoruba. However, we now have also gtexthomes.com/salesforce, which is purely for professionals who are in sales. Gtext has a very robust commission program and salary for salespeople. I mean, I always say that the people who enjoy Gtext most are salespeople. And we made it that way because sales is the engine room, is the oxygen of a business. We have people who are at intern level in graduate trainee level in Gtext who are earning over $1 million a month because they're able to sell. Because we give as much as 10% commission, 2% direct commission, and yet you still have salary. So we've put together this opportunity to say you can visit www.gtexthomes.com/salesforce if you're in Dubai, UK, US, or Nigeria, any part of Nigeria. But this is for people who are good. You are a good salesperson, but maybe where you are maxed out. Or maybe by maxed out, there are companies where it doesn't matter if you sell 1 billion for them. Okay, there is a level to how much money you can make. You just can't make beyond certain amount. So you're good, you're able to bring in, but they've kind of put a peg. So we're saying, hey, we are open. There's no ceiling. If you sell 10 billion in Gtext in sales, ladies and gentlemen, your commission is going to be 1 billion. And nobody's going to put a cap to that. So we're looking, this is more for professionals, unlike the Gtext job that is from interns, you're beginning, you're changing career. And the Salesforce program is for you already good, right? But you're looking for where can I earn more? Now you want to go there. So you just fill the form and our HR people will get back to you. And you can help us also spread this even on a personal level, aside that you're reporting this, So can you guys help me type this also on Facebook for people? Because I get a lot of people every day, I want to work with you, I want to work with you. Well, these are now, thank God with this program, these are the areas, these are the ways to work with us. Okay, Tommy, I believe you're back, Tommy.
Yes, I'm back. Thank you very much. Okay, I think the lady from NAN has a question or had a question. I'm not sure if it has been addressed. She was asking if the age grade that the internship is open to, is there a particular age range of participants?
We didn't hear you. Can you repeat the question again?
Okay, I said that the lady from NAN was asking that is the internship open to everybody, or is there a certain age range that you're looking at? I mean that maybe can we have
no age, no age range, no. I mean, it's even if you want to change career, as long as you are willing to learn, because and that's very important that we say here. Those in Gtext can tell you the biggest strength of Gtext is that we're hungry for knowledge. Like in Gtext, what you did something and we give you a whole award for it to say, you were exceptional. You will be shocked that if you do the same thing, okay, a week after, you are getting query. And you're like, because we expect that the next thing you give us is something higher than that. Right? We expect you to have, studied and researched more, and, because the world, and this is what companies don't realize, it's not a global, you're not competing with another real estate company in Nigeria. No, you're competing with Donald Trump real estate, Grant Cardone real estate. You're competing with Emma in Dubai. You are competing with Denmark. It's not a global competition. It's not, I'm a real estate company in Nigeria, so I'm competing with one small company. No, it's a global thing. So you have to always benchmark, and keep moving. Yes, the mediocrity level in Nigeria is, literally crazy, right? And this is why I always beg our team at Gtext. I say, I'm begging you. Yes, we are getting an award. Yes, people will begin to put words into our head. We have not started, right? So don't come to a place of work and bring that arrogance and say, should be, even the innovation I brought about, we got an award for it. For example, the HR people with this concept, they will start getting an award. That one is sure. But to now carry that in their head and say, now we the rain, okay, we have, there's always a higher mountain to conquer. And more importantly, let the competition be with yourself. In other words, saying that you want to fight with the best you of yesterdays. Now you want a better version of the you of yesterday. And that's what the kind of company we're building. So yeah, we hope that anybody can apply. Doesn't matter where you're from, your age, anybody can apply. The only one that has restriction is the sales force. The sales force, there's no age barrier, but you must be good. Yes, we are still going to invest in you. I'm a salesperson. I got here, I built this multi-billionaire empire because I can sell. I sell daily. I'm still one of the best salesperson in Gtext. I don't carry title for head. I'm a salesman, right? But we will train you, but we want you to at least have some level of skill before you say you're joining us.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Stephen.
Gtext,
okay.
Any age.
Okay. So I think we've come to the end of this conference. Thank you so much, all the participants and everyone who we lost and got back at some point. And those of us who, of course, were lost at some point too.
But before we go, I want to ask the media guys, and I want Somi to comment. What do you think this compared to this Zoom press conference, compared to physical? We kept having issues with network and all of that. What do you think? I forget convenience now. Do you think professionally you're able to capture all the informations you need better than when it was physical? Because this is the first time we're doing this, and if this makes sense, why not? We'll just turn all our press conference, to be Zoom going forward. Of course, we're tech.
Okay. Okay, so I think that I will be speaking the minds of all the media guys. To start with,
I still want to hear them, but you say your own first.
I would say much of it. Now, okay, when I sent the invitation out yesterday, a lot of them were like, Zoom. It's not that Zoom is not convenient. Zoom is very convenient for everybody. You can dial in from wherever you are, and so it makes it very convenient. But it also means that because a lot of meetings are held via Zoom now, the Zoom space is sort of choked. For example, once I leave this meeting, I have another meeting for 1 o'clock, I have another meeting for 3 o'clock, and I have another meeting for 5 o'clock. Now, those meetings continue to pile up, and it is draining on you because it is assumed that, it's Zoom now, you should be able to, it's easy to just log in and just do what you need to do. But it sort of divides your attention, so to speak. So personally, and for most of my guys, I think that they are not, Zoom is not always ideal, except when it's for when it's an impromptu kind of thing, and it is and when all the participants are in different places. It might be a challenge logistics might not be able to allow us to bring everybody together, so that might not work. But in times where we can actually gathering physically is always better. You can record the exact line that you need. You can ask someone to repeat what they are saying. But via Zoom, you have to unmute, log in, log out. It's a lot of processes, and that can mean that you miss a lot of vital information. But sometimes it is ideal when we don't have the right circumstances. So others might have something else to say. Well, I know that most people, when I sent out the invite, everybody was Zoom.
Okay, let's hear from others.
Can Ayoyinka Joe go first, please?
Oh, all right. So I really don't have any issues with Zoom. I think Zoom is great, but it just has, because of the many issues that come with using Zoom, just as Tomi has said, it can be a bit cumbersome, but I mean it's fine. It works as well for me as any other platform, and physical interactions with it.
Okay, who else?
What's up there? Lawanson, please.
Who else?
Hello, Mrs. Lawson, we can hear you.
Okay, I think Oluwatope is having network problems, so let's move to Okoro Samuel. Well, Oluwatope, can you type out your comments, please?
Mrs. Lawson, please, could you type out your comments? Or for those who cannot speak physically, please, could you type out your comments so that we know how you feel? Though I still think that the physical meeting is in everybody's best interest. But then I am biased, so.
Okay, I'm not sure we're able to hear other people. But I mean, even from this experience, we're seeing that there are a couple of challenges anyway with this, because not everybody is able to have access to good internet and things like that. Plus, I mean, many of you journalists are still old school. You know, so
I'm
you
not
see,
sure
like
that's
old
correct.
school
I'm
stuff.
not sure that's correct. Journalists generally have to keep up with the times, whether we like it or not. So I think we
But
are the ones that have used space most. And so we've
I
gotten
hope so, but I still think a lot of I think a lot of Nigerian journalists are still quite old school. Old school pair, you know, like still,
Okay. So,
for example, how many of you use iPad? How many of you use iPad? How many of you use
actually,
softwares?
quite a number of us do.
Some do, but not as large. How many of you use softwares to transcribe to?
I do personally, and I know a lot of my colleagues do.
You know, I mean, I feel there's a whole lot that you see a whole lot of these veteran journalists who will still tell you that newspaper new, they still want to print. And when you tell them where's your website, when you go to their website, it's not up to date. It's not been updated in 6 months. And they will tell you, Nibadon, our number one, what trust to her, you know. So
okay, so I think we have some responses on via the chat box. Somebody's saying Zoom is great, but has so many technical issues. It should be used in logistics cases, as first madam has said. Then Mrs. Lawanson has said, I prefer physical meetings. With Zoom comes network issues, of course. So
absolutely. So no problem. What we would do, our next meeting, which is likely to be next week because of the event we have on May 1st, we'll do physical. I mean, I could join you guys via Zoom from where I am, but we'll do physical. That's fine.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Stephen. We appreciate your presence, and it was fantastic hearing from you again.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us for this meeting. We hope to hear your feedback, and we hope to see your stories as soon as possible. Thank you again. Farouk, over to you, if you have anything to say.
Thank you so much for joining this meeting. I think everything is captured. There was a demonstration by Jeremiah earlier on Gtext job portal, so I hope everybody captured it. But if you want him to go over it again, I don't think he has a problem with doing that. But apart from that, I think that's the end. Jeremiah.
That whatever multimedia that we need to use should be sent to me so that I can also pass it on to others. Make things faster.
Video recording of this Zoom meeting. So in case you missed out anything, I'll extend the link to you to download.
Thank you very much, Farouk.
Thank you very much, Farouk. Thank you very much, Dr. Stephen, for this session. We really do appreciate you. I'm really grateful. And thank you for giving the youth an opportunity to at least find hope in terms of job, because one basic challenge most of us pass through immediately after you finish school is getting a job and even getting an internship role. So we are really grateful for this opportunity. It doesn't come always. So a very big thank you for making us part of this journey of success. We say thank you. We'll try our best to put in all that we can to ensure we arrive at the same destination with you. So thank you, sir.
I think
okay, I just want
with us. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm wrapping up. I'm ending the meeting. Have a nice day.